Justine Becker held the base of the foot-long, oblong pink dog toy in her fist, like she was swishing a sword at her employee. Her dog, Spencer, dropped into a play bow at her feet with a tongue-lolling grin, ready to give the new product a test drive. Sienna, seriously? Sienna Fisher looked up from the packing slip and spit out the end of her dirty blonde braid. What? Dogs love that thing. USA made, no phthalates, natural rubber. She trailed off when Justine started stroking the toy with an unmistakable up and down motion. Oh my God, how did I miss that? Yeah, I guess Tricks and Biscuits is now stocking dirty stuff with the dog toys. Remind me again why I let you take over ordering? Justine laughed and shook her head as she peered inside the box and quickly counted the penis-shaped toys. 2 dozen? We have to sell 24 of these things? What will Mrs. Wyicki think? Spencer stood on his hind legs and placed his front paws on the edge of the box, his feathered tail thumping against the bright blue counter as he leaned in and tried to grab one of the toys. Don't you worry, I'll sell the hell out of these. Give me a chance and I'll make them go viral, Sienna said. I know you will, and that's the only reason I'm not returning the order. Sienna whistled to Spencer. Hey, Spence, you want to take some PG-13 pics? Justine peeked at the invoice total and felt a wave of relief wash over her when she saw the net 30 stamp. She'd stretch it to net 45 with apologies and promises to be better next time, but she'd make sure they eventually got paid like every other vendor. 3 years in business and she'd become an expert at juggling funds that didn't exist. She felt lucky she could afford to have Sienna on the payroll for 20 hours per week. The boho 20-somethings Birkenstocks and flowy skirts camouflaged a talent for CEO-level strategizing, and her growing pet-sitting business, like family, almost kept her busy enough to not need the hours in the shop. Are you ready to talk about my big plans yet? Sienna asked with an over-wide smile on her pretty, angular face. T&B will be so much more profit. She stopped abruptly and cleared her throat. We'll have more growth if you go for it. Justine leaned back against the exposed brick wall next to the leash and collar display and crossed her arms. Sienna kept pushing her to move to all-natural product lines and add an online shop, convinced that the changes would be enough to reverse Tricks and Biscuits' flatlining. But her suggestions didn't come cheap. Natural products meant higher price tags, and creating an e-commerce site would set Justine back a few grand that the store didn't have. She was embarrassed that her employee was more gung-ho about profitability than she was, but Sienna didn't know the tap dancing Justine was doing behind the scenes at T&B. The 3 nearly maxed out credit cards and the past due calls she occasionally got from her dog food distributor kept her awake at night, but she didn't want to burden Sienna with the details. Can we talk about it later? Justine asked. I'm starving. I'm going to run to Monty's real quick. Are you bringing it back or eating there? Justine could tell by Sienna's expression that she was eager to start brainstorming, what with the steady rain outside and the lack of humans or canines walking in the door. It didn't matter what she was about to suggest they try. Justine would still feel like she was using a teaspoon to bail out her sinking ship.